for Corey Backlund and Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell, ready to go with another big USWA championship wrestling, and we're getting started a little bit smoother than we did last week.
Yeah, thank goodness, no
with
Bob.
Our visit from Commissioner Bob Armstrong.
That's exactly right. Hey, we got some good things for you here today. Got the King in the ring here coming up very shortly. Reggie B. Fine going against Jerry the King Lawler right here live on television today. And also we'll have some highlights of that USWA Tag Team Tournament. Tell you who the USWA Tag Team Champions are. News about the Heavenly Bodies, Tracy Smothers and Freebird Terry Gordy, they're suspended. That's the news about
Yes, that's the good news.
Yeah, they're not going to be around. And the bad news, Bob Armstrong, I understand, is threatening legal action. So
yes,
I hope we don't have to hear too much about that.
Hey, another match that we've got lined up today, Dave, is Brian Christopher and Brian Lee will be in here to go in battle, and we'll be looking forward to that one coming along.
That's true, too. Brandon Baxter will be along. He says he's got an announcement about a brand-new tag team, so we'll find out about that, too.
All of that laying out in front of us, so let's get ready for it, and we'll be back in just a moment. What you came out here, we had the problems with your dad last week, so if you'll just go back out, we've got a live...
Exactly right. Let's please get to that point of the problems with my father. He is a living legend, whether you like it or not. And he should have had the red carpet rolled out to him, and whether you goose...
We didn't even know it was coming over here.
He is the commissioner of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He can go anywhere he pleases and walk around here like he owns the place.
He did.
Because he may as well. Now, I'd like to see Randy Hales has suspended all of my little Smoky Mountain buddies.
But there's reason for
no,
that.
No,
we've got a tape
there's no reason. Why don't you show the tape right now?
Because we've got a
Nothing happened.
You're not coming out here and
happened.
interfere with this show the way your dad
Randy
did.
Hales does not decide how much a wrestler can take and how much he can't.
Randy Hales decides what's happening on this show, and we're going to the ring right now. We've got a match coming up with the King, and let's get on. Here comes Reggie B. Just go away and leave us alone.
All right, lads.
We'll get to you later on.
We're ready for it here. One ball, a 10-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring area now, 268 pounds. Says he's from every woman's dream. It's Reggie B. Fine. And his opponent today on USWA Wrestling, 235 pounds. Stepping on the ring apron from Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry the King Lawler. One
King
ball,
and Reggie B. Fine.
Bill Rush, referee.
Still got Jesse James
to my pals.
pacing around like a caged lion.
That's just one more reason. Jerry the King Lawler, these people out here, and I do restrain myself when I call them people, think he's something special. But Reggie B right here is about to show him what it's all about.
Well, that's why we're having the match, Jesse, and we're getting ready for it right now as Lawler takes his jacket off. Referee Bill Rush says, ring it up, and here we go. Lawler giving away about 30 pounds in weight to Reggie B. Fine, David.
Reggie taking time to discuss the situation with some folks in the crowd. Reggie is always...
He's cheating already.
Oh.
They got no loyalty, they got no heart, they got no integrity.
Cheating, they hadn't even touched him yet, hadn't even gotten close to him. Just let us do our job, please.
Reggie's leaning out of the ring, now talking to more of the crowd. Reggie trying to tell a fan he didn't have a right to an opinion. The fan told him he certainly did.
True, he does not have a right unless Reggie B gives him the right.
Reggie would rather be talking with the fans than trying to take on the King in there in the middle of the ring. Oh, yeah, sure.
The King, he's about as royal as I am. Wait a minute. Stop that. Look at the way right now.
Reggie claimed he had his hair pulled.
King do it. He don't know his role.
Lawler flashing an eye over here to Jesse James Armstrong, who is our uninvited guest for this particular moment.
My daddy is the commissioner of Smoky Mountain. I'm invited. I'll sit out in his chair if I want.
Reggie complaining again, saying, pulling the tights. Yeah, he didn't even touch the tights. referee Bill Rush trying to tell him, get out here and wrestle with him, I think, Dave.
Yeah, Reggie's complaining. He's complained about hair pulling, tights pulling, all of that sort of thing, none of which has occurred. Finally in the middle of the ring. Tie it up.
West Tennessee person, hook up and go test muscular strength with a man like Reggie B. Fine, and then has to cheat, didn't he? Look at there, Lance Russell. Oh, that was a closed fist right in the nose. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater.
You got cheat on the mind, Jesse James.
He sure did. Both of them. Look at him, fist ablaze.
Lawler came here to wrestle. He didn't come here to debate, and he can't get Reggie B to get out in the middle of the ring and try to start wrestling.
Reggie said he's made him mad now. Look out.
Made him mad. I know what that feeling of being made mad is like. Reggie pounding with a fist. If you want to holler the word cheat, you can go ahead, because he was using the fist.
Open hand, Japanese Hindu.
And the slam, Lawler down. There's a cover. 1, and it's what he got.
What about that right fist, huh? Open-handed slam. Reggie working on the back in the corner. Lawler back to the center of the ring and walked right into a right fist. It was doubled up. Jesse Armstrong can say it was open-handed all he wants. You saw it. Look at the choke. He's choking.
Scoop slam, and Reggie goes back to the ropes. He's on the middle one. Goes all the way to the top. The referee saying, come on down. And he did. Oh, boy, did he come down. Lawler hooks him. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
That's classic Tennessee wrestling right there. West Tennessee. Look. That does it.
He just basically outsmarted him. He saw Reggie taking his time, climbing the top rope. Now he helps him up, turns him around, and says, boom.
There's that right hand. That's why you stay away from the ring now. The match is over with, and we're over with right here. Time's up. We're taking a break.
Oh, no. You'll take a break when I say take a break.
Oh, we know. We're taking a break right now.
I run this joint.
What you learned from your dad? Yeah, no, okay. I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. Hey, Jesse James, you're talking about your guys getting suspended in there. We got a tape,
for nothing,
and we're going to show out.
Let's show the
All
tape
right,
right
you
now,
take a
Lance
look.
Russell.
Get
I
your
will
eyes
take a
right.
look.
Let's take a look at that. Jamie, bad need of getting a tag. Smothers takes another moment to holler something about USWA. Sunset flip. And JC reversing it on Tracy Smothers, but he's caught with a clothesline. Really, he was swinging that forearm in and knocked him right off his feet. There's the tag on Terry Gordy. Gordy hammers. JC iced his head in, and boy, he followed right in behind him. Again, not giving him a chance to breathe. Look at Gordy. He's all fired up now.
Oh, man, and when you see that 270 and some odd pounds that Gordy's got, 2. JC kicks out. When you see all of that running after you, I mean, it's like a nightmare on the way. This Gordy is huge.
We had a little trivia question about the early Freebirds. Michael Hayes, Jimmy Jam Garvin, Terry Gordy, and Buddy Roberts were the Freebirds. JC Ice rolls him into a small package. The referee counts 1. And that's all he got. Gordy back up and mad. He ripped that forearm into J.C. Ice. The cover once, twice, and Jamie kicks out before the 3 count can fall. And there it is again. See him swing it. Remind me of Al Green. He used to swing that arm just like a telephone pole out there. And Terry Gordy, much the same fashion. Tracy hollering encouragement and instructions. Oh, he said, bring him over here. I got a knee. Wham. Drilled his head. Tracy takes one. And look at J.C. Ice fight his way back. Make the tag, J.C. He stood there to get him with a backdrop and got DDT popped on him.
Well, you said it when you said 2. J.C. up. I thought he may have had him there, but you said it when you said make the tag. J.C. had something else in mind, and none of that had worked out for him.
That's the trouble with some of the vigorous young guys. Their tempers are so short, they don't use their heads. The right shoulder comes up, barely squeezed up before that 3 count. And this time, a kick out from J.C. Ice. Wolfie D standing there helpless. He's tried to bust in several times, and the referee's got his eye on him now. Looks like a reverse chin lock from here. We don't have a real good look at it. We're looking at Smothers' back. Yeah, that's what it is. Jamie trying to fight his way out. Again. Put the DDT on Smothers. But Jamie down on the mat. Ran out of steam, and he hadn't gotten the tag yet. Rolling for the corner, and he finally gets Wolfie.
He's got it, and here he is. Wolfie D coming in. And Wolfie taking care of business for PG-13. Goes out to Smothers and Terry Bam Bam going in.
Minutes past. 50 minutes to wrestle. 10 minutes past. 50 to wrestle.
Wolfie comes off. That moonsault. He's got him covered. Gordy knocks him off while Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey's got Morrell's attention. And look at Freebird Terry Gordy. Got Wolfie D. Pile drives Wolfie. What is Del Rey doing out here, Laird?
Distracting the referee while Terry Gordy pile drives him, and J.C. Ice hammers him with a hubcap. Wolfie covers 1, 2, 3. We have new champion. 10 minutes, 44 seconds. J.C. Ice and Wolfie D beat the Heavenly Bodies in the first round of this tournament. And here, Del Rey and Pritchard come back out to join their Smoky Mountain buddies, Smothers and Terry Gordy, to really assault PG-13. They are not going to be able to enjoy those championship belts. J.C. Ice laying out in the ring as the 4 reps in this. Frank Morrell just hammered. Was hammered by Jimmy Del Rey. I tell you, I hope that's enough to keep him from ever coming back here again. Unfortunately, by the time you get to the last match, there's not that many wrestlers left, and all the Smoky Mountain guys are together. Frank Morrell still down. J.C. Ice and Wolfie D just continue to get the punishment.
Hey! Pritchard, Del Rey, Gordy, Tracy Smothers, listen to me. I'm telling you right now, you touch them one more time, you're suspended. You touch them one more time, you get out of here right now. Every one of you idiots are suspended right now.
Well, Randy Hales has said that each one of the Smoky Mountain wrestlers are suspended. And it looks like we're going to get our wish. You're talking about not having any reason for suspension.
Big brother Randy Hale, please come and save us. Please come and save Purely Gutless 13 from the heavenly bodies. Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Tracy Smothers, a wild-eyed Southern boy.
4 of them in the ring.
Oh.
He said, don't touch him again. We're getting out of here. I'm not going to... If you can't see that after beating up on a referee and having 4
They hit him in the head with
we're
a
going to take a break and we'll be back. Yeah, I know it. One thing.
We're ready for action now. One fall, a 10-minute time limit. 219 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee, T.D. Steele. And the opponent today wrestles out of Marietta, Georgia, 251 pounds, Jesse Armstrong. One fall, 10 minutes.
Just like I am everybody.
That's why we're having the match, Jesse, in case you hadn't noticed in there. So hop in there, and let's see how you can do with T.D. Steele. Jesse James Armstrong, he's a talented wrestler. Nobody has ever denied that. The Armstrong clan is filled with talented wrestlers, including Commissioner Bob Armstrong. But Jesse is kind of the renegade of the group. He really has been given some problems here today. T.D., not an easy task. That's true.
Yeah, if there's anybody in the building that Mr. Armstrong is not insulted today, I would say just wait a few minutes and he'll get around to you.
Good point.
T.D. taking him down. Nice move, T.D. Steele.
Maybe you better rethink this match, Jesse James. T.D. starting out very, very fast in this match.
I think a bit of a surprise to Jesse Armstrong. I think he expected to walk in there and have this match over by now, have T.D. pinned. Hasn't worked out. Well, he brings the knee up to the rib cage and then hammers T.D. down. Big boot to the back.
Big guy. He's got a lot of height. He's 251 pounds.
Climbing the rope, up on the middle when T.D. trying to get back on his feet. Just about the time Armstrong springs off of there, takes him down, and just leaves him lying in the middle of the ring. Drops down with the upper arm. Armstrong, some vicious moves Jesse James Armstrong has.
Talking about using a fist, he was complaining a little bit earlier about Lawler using a fist, and there he is ripping one right into the head of T.D. Steele. Kicks him right in the face. Boy, he's not going to let him up. He's just keeping him right down there on the mat. As Jesse Armstrong to that middle rope comes flying off with an elbow, and T.D. Steele started quick. Armstrong took it out of him with that knee to the midsection, Dave. That was the turning point. He beat him to it.
It was indeed. Yeah, T.D. got his attention, and that's not worked out well for T.D. Steele because Armstrong realized he was going to have control, and that's what he's done. He did it again, fist doubled up. T.D. drops down, that leg across the throat. It looks like it. Looks like he's choking him with it. Yeah, he was. Warned by the referee.
You see that?
to the head, and TD back down on the mat again as Jesse Armstrong in complete control of the match at the moment, but it's not over with. He's going for that Shinnaminaki sleeper hold. Takes him around and throws him down. Boy, this is a punishing son of a gun. I got to tell you, I think it is the most superior of all of the sleeper holds because of the pressure. Jesse Armstrong will be the winner as he got the Shinnaminaki on TD Steele. TD gave it a good go and had it going his way up until that knee to the midsection. And like you say, Dave, Armstrong realized he had to take control, and whether he did it in an impressive fashion.
Parting shot as he walks away from TD Steele. Jesse James Armstrong with the victory in the match. And very pleased. I did see that.
He is just like every other wrestler in the USWA. Nothing but a G thing, baby. We're two loked up G's, we're going crazy.
We're going to take a break. We've heard enough. We'll be back in just a minute. No, we're taking a break. We're taking a break right now.
Well, little action still to go. Brian Lee, Brian Christopher, and Brandon Baxter, along with Axel Rotten and Pat Tanaka. Mind me getting out the introduction.
Why don't you just shut your mouth and keep the microphone right there, you know, I could come out here and be sad, and I could come out here and be depressed, angry, or even a little bit suicidal, because I am no longer associated with the USWA Tag Team Championship belts. Let's talk about what's taking place. The Heavenly Bodies, the Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, and the Doctor of Desire Tom Pritchard were ripped off in their match with PG-13, and they don't have the tag team titles. Tracy Smothers and Terry Gordy, another tag team from Smoky Mountain Wrestling, came in, and they were ripped off as well. What it is, I don't know why I should be sad, angry, or upset, because I should understand this. I should know how the USWA operates. It is all a conspiracy against Brandon Baxter. It's partly due to Randy Hales, Eddie Marlin, Jerry Jarrett, and everyone in the office of the USWA who just, for some reason, doesn't like me. But what I've done, I have formed the most gruesome, the most brutal tag team in the history of professional wrestling. The Heavenly Bodies are going to be back, but right now, I have the silent killer, Pat Tanaka. I have the psycho maniac who's hungry for blood, Axel Rotten, and let us show you just what we can do right now in this ring. Come on, boys.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You better watch your mouth around here, Baxter. You'll join the Heavenly Bodies.
One fall, a 10-minute time limit for tag team action today on USWA
Let's go to Corey
Wrestling.
now in the ring for the introduction.
And we're ready for action here today. First introducing a combined weight of 411 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Chris Frazier, and his partner from Cordova, Tennessee, Tony Williams. Their opponents, 469 pounds at a combined weight out of Newcastle, England. Here is Axel Rotten and his partner out of the islands of Hawaii, Pat Tanaka. Brandon Baxter in their corner. Bill Rush is the official referee for this one. One fall, a 10-minute time limit over to Lansing Day.
All right.
We have a midget in the ring wrestling Axel Rotten.
Yeah, you watch him.
Tony Williams. Boy, we've seen him since he first started wrestling. He is small, but he is, let me tell you, he's in there against Axel Rotten right now.
Right now, I'm going to make you a promise. These are the next USWA Tag Team Champions. PG-13 stay on top, and it's just about over. Take a look at this.
I'm looking at it. Look what's happening in there. Tony Williams looking good.
Tony with a cover, couldn't keep it past the count of one, however. The size of Axel Rotten. Rotten was able to break the cover. Here's Chris Frazier coming in. Axel with that reversal. Oh, and it caught him coming off the ropes.
puts Frazier right down in the middle of the ring.
Rotten and Tanaka, that's a pretty formidable looking tag team. There's no doubt about it. Brendan Baxter's right about that. But they could cause some problems for PG-13 and other tag teams in the area, too.
Pat Tanaka, who not long ago came back to the USWA, and he has really been looking good since he's been back in the area. Tanaka always with the skills, no doubt about that one. In the air, Frazier hammered down. Tanaka takes a swing at Tony Williams. Axel Rotten flying off the ropes. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Axel Rotten and Pat Tanaka won the match, but it was not a tag team championship match. I don't care what you say. But the match is over. Chris Frazier pinned. I really thought Tanaka was a legal man in the ring, but I guess it was a pin. There's no doubt about it. Axel Rotten and Pat Tanaka walk out of here, the victors in the match. And here comes Miss Texas, headed this way. See, we got a word or two from her about the situation. She's been involved in a match or two with Brandon Baxter, and recently, one of the matches with Brandon Baxter didn't work out too well due to outside interference, but then had sort of a different turn when you turned it into a handicap situation. But this guy won't go away, will he?
Well, you know, every time you look around, you got someone jumping Miss Texas from behind. Well, this week, I want a handicap match. Brandon Baxter, Uptown Karen, against me. And this week, I'm going to give y'all Texas butt kick, and that's a promise.
Miss Texas with word for Brandon Baxter, and here he comes. All right, watch it.
Listen here, young lady. I heard from the very first day I was in the USWA, oh, Miss Texas is so tough. Miss Texas can whoop any man on the face of this earth. And I was supposed to be impressed. So I said, due to the fact that I'm the toughest man on the face of this earth, I will wrestle Miss Texas. And what have I done? Every time I've met you in the ring, I have beaten you 1, 2, 3, because you just can't handle a 150-pound, rock-hard, chiseled body. And when I get my hands on you this week, I'm going to send you back to the kitchen doing dishes where you belong, young lady.
Oh, look out. Miss Texas heard about all that she was going to listen to, and she was right. Bruno, come on. Bruno and Karen from behind. Come on, Bruno.
Hey, come on.
Help here. Referee Bill Rush here to sort that out. Take care of it. We're going to take a break here. Go ahead and take a break.
Okay, we're going to see him in the ring. I think that gives you a clue as to who we're talking about. Too sexy, Brian Christopher. There he is. There's a young man who was always sitting on Reggie. High-fiving with enthusiasm. He's going to knock somebody's hands off for it. Here he comes, and he's got to be feeling good. Had a win right off of Billy Jack Haynes, and you got to be feeling good.
Woo! These hands are steaming, Dave, because these people over here know how to get Brad Christopher fired up. And you're right. You said I got a big win against Billy Jack Haynes, but you know what? The title was not on the line. He wouldn't put the title up. Well, get ready, because this week the title will be on the line. And everybody knows there's a couple of major belts around here, right? You got the World Unified Heavyweight title, and then you got the USWA Heavyweight title, right? And ever since Brian Christopher's been coming out here, smacking everybody's hand, coming out here and letting everybody at home look at this sexy body right here. I've had that USWA title around my waist, but it's not here. This is the longest time that I have gone without holding that belt around my waist, Lance. But this week, you can't run, Billy Jack. You can't hide, Billy Jack. I beat you like I said I was going to do. A lot of people come out here and talk about what they're going to do, but I went out and I did it. So this week, the belt's on the line. No more running, no more hiding, because Brian Christopher is on a mission to win that belt, and you got it, so that means I got to go through you, Billy Jack.
That is going to be something to see, and I got to tell you, his two personalities, I don't think either one are much for hiding from anybody, Brian Christopher or Billy Jack Haynes. Let's go to the ring, Corey Macklin.
Okay, buddy, we're ready for it. Bunch going on in the USWA right now. One fall, a 10-minute time limit for our next bout. Making his way to the ring area, 292 pounds, wrestling out of Orlando, Florida, prime time, Brian Lee. And in his corner, Brandon Baxter. His opponent, 225.
Oh, look out.
Billy Jack Haynes jumps Brian Christopher from behind, while Brian Lee and Brandon Baxter have the referee held up over in the corner over here.
Slammed him into a ring post and left him laying right down on the floor.
And then he leaves.
Billy Jack is gone with Baxter still holding the referee. Brian Lee grabs him, throws Christopher into the ring, and starts the match. Whoa, that hit right in the face. What a way to go. Billy Jack Haynes from behind, as he was getting ready, he being Brian Christopher, to go with another tough individual in Brian Lee. And Lee hammers him down on the mat. Boy, I hate to see it when we got a great match lined up like this. It's something like that action by Billy Jack takes place, didn't it?
And then Brian never had a chance to get his warm-up jacket off, so Brian Lee right there was using it to choke him. Finally, the referees got that out of there.
Disqualified. Referee was counting out Brian Lee. And Christopher tried to take a shot and stop the action. Goes under it, but not that one. Caught with a clothesline.
Brian Christopher ducked under the first one, but couldn't do it 2 times in a row. Brian Lee's got it down, count of 2. Before Brian Christopher's able to kick out. That was close.
Boy, that was close. Brandon Baxter down there, going through his fighting motions. That's a good spot for you to do it, where there's nobody to fight. Look at Christopher. Butts ahead of Brian Lee, and down goes Christopher. That one backfired on him. Now the taunting. Got him 1, 2. Not holding his shoulder.
Now he is. Brian Lee able to break out of it again at the 2 count. Got the shoulders. And now Brian Christopher on his feet. Boot to the midsection, but Brian Lee with a jab in the throat slows him down again. Off the rope. Brian Christopher pops him with a right hand, out of foot. And the match goes. Prime time, Brian Lee, and it's Brian Christopher in control.
Lee taking that wrath from Brian Christopher as he rips him with a right hand. Fires him across the ring. The drop kick. Brandon Baxter up on the ring apron, but not for long, as Christopher, who's still smarting from being jumped from below. Here comes Billy Jack Haynes again. Referee over, and Haynes drops down with an elbow on Brian Lee. There's the super kick from Brian Christopher, and Haynes is out of the ring. Lee snaps down, caught with a right hand. Count of 1, count of 2. But the count is interrupted, and we'll have a disqualification, Dave.
Yep, disqualification on Brian Lee because Billy Jack Haynes jumped in there. But the bad part of this is now it's 3 against 1. Brian Christopher is lying in the ring. Even though he's got a victory in the match, he's in some trouble right here. Billy Jack Haynes using the right fist again and again. Brian Lee hits the referee. That'll cost him $1,000. Here come PG-13 and the King. And that gets primetime Brian Lee and Billy Jack Haynes out of there. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more USWA action coming up.
Okay, hey, a bunch of it today with the King, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher in action against Brian Lee. Good-looking match there. Not before Billy Jack Haynes could get in there and interfere also, but Christopher holding his own, looking good as he returns here to USWA Wrestling. Hey, a lot going on right now in USWA. It's involving Smoky Mountain and USWA. The Smoky Mountain wrestlers, Tracy Smothers, Heavenly Bodies, and PG-13, Doug Gilbert, Tommy Rich on the other hand. Well, a non-sanctioned fight is going to take place. As you know, the Heavenly Bodies, Smothers have all been suspended. Well, coming up around the USWA sometime soon, I guarantee you, PG-13, Doug Gilbert looking for him.
JC Iceman, I am so happy we got the USWA tag team titles back. And normally we won't come out here and toot our own horns, man. But beep, beep, beep down Sesame Street, if you know what I'm talking about. Axel Rotten and Pat Tanaka, you're going to come and try to take these belts from us, man. Well, it's going to take everything in your power, and I don't think you can do it. JC Ice, what do you think?
Well, you know, later on that night, we got to get to the point, like Wolfie would say. We're kind of like Nike, man. We just got to do it. Tracy Smothers, you and the Heavenly Bodies, man, you sucker punched us, man, and got us down and were suspended from the USWA. But now we went to Randy Hale and we said, no, we don't want them suspended, man. It's just like when they punch us and run away, we can't get them back. Well, we got you this time. We got you in a 6-man with Dangerous Doug Gilbert, and we're going to get somebody back. You know what? JC Ice and Wolfie D, people are saying, what are you doing? You run around with them, do you know what you're doing? Well, yeah, I know. I'm running around with 2 dirty, low-down, rotten scoundrels just like me. You think you're big, you think you're bad. You think Smoky Mountain Wrestling means something? We got you boys unsuspended to come back this week and get you a little bit. Well, boys, Heavenly Bodies, Tracy Smothers, these boys right here can inflict pain. What I presume, and I guarantee it's going to happen. There is going to be torture this week. I guarantee it.
All right, we got a match coming up right here.
Let's go to Corey and the introductions for this final event.
Okay, guys, we're ready. USWA Wrestling Tag Team action. This one to the expiration of our time. Combined weight, 454 pounds. Out of Millington, Tennessee, Charlie Laird. And his partner from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jack Daniels. Their opponents today are combined weight 397 pounds. Wrestling from the hood, JCI Swoopy D. PG-13. Bill Rush is the official referee. Over to Lance Russell and Dave Brown for action.
Well, the crowd wasn't all that thrilled when they heard Charlie Laird and Jack Daniels were going to be stepping in there.
You noticed that, too.
Greeted with silence, but not the same situation with PG-13. One of the most popular tag teams ever in the history of not only the USWA, but anywhere. Boy, they have really come on strong here in the last year or so. Nobody liked them at first. The attitude they came in here with, I say nobody, not a lot of folks. But, again, they turned that around, and they are favorites of many of the folks in the wrestling world.
Their mamas liked them when they first came.
Mostly.
Sometimes.
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it. These guys have a free spirit attitude. But people love the opportunity when somebody overcomes a handicap and perseveres and succeeds. And the handicap these two guys, it's certainly not in the spirit. It's not in their knowledge. It's in the fact that they're just not as big as some people think that a wrestler has to be. Well, they have proven time and time again that they are as big when And it comes down to battling as anybody that climbs in the ring. PG-13. Many times the USWA Tag Champions. Charlie Laird in with Wolfie D now. And the tag goes to J.C. Ice. Jamie puts a foot right in the midsection of Charlie Laird. Put him down hard. 1, 2. And did he kick out? Yeah.
I think he kicked out at 2, yeah, and I'm surprised. I thought he had him for a count of 3 or maybe 103 if he wanted to after the way he put him down. JC's got him on the mat, but the shoulder, you see the left shoulder is up.
He wraps the arm around and gets over the tag. Wolfie Charlie Laird being held in and taken advantage of appropriately. Over to the corner he goes. Blackjack Mulligan takes the tag. And Blackjack, who wrestled out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He is the spark plug type. Really stocky. And Wolfie D used a little height advantage to go up top with a wrist lock, take him over and down.
He's still got him on the mat. Blackjack Daniels finding that the weight advantage is not an advantage against these guys very much. A lot of wrestlers have found that out. Oh, they double up on him. Down to the mat goes Blackjack Daniels. They cover him. 1, 2. It's over.
Victory over Charlie Laird and Blackjack Daniels. What was that Wolfie said? Beat, beat down Sesame Street.
Yep, yeah, driving up to PG-13 Mack truck, they said, to take the titles. This was a non-title match, but they get a great victory here today against this team that they're facing. They are still on a roll. They want to stay that way because they've got a tough title defense coming up in the next few days.
We've got more coming up in just a moment. USWA Tag Champions, PG-13. Son of a gun, Dave, I tell you, they are exciting to watch. There's just no doubt about it.
They are indeed excited to have the tag belts back, but some tough defenses coming up here, and they're going to have to stay on top of everything in order to retain those belts.
As they say, they don't call any of them, boy. Bring them up, get in line, and get at it. I'll tell you, our action that we have right here on television is not the only action around the area. Let's take a look now and see what's been happening in the USWA.
From behind, and Armstrong just nailed referee Bill Rupp. Oh my goodness. They got Sid, and they put that double throttle slam on Sid Fisher. Armstrong covers Sid. And Sid Fisher just tossed him up in the air. Man, oh man. He threw Armstrong, who weighs in at about 255 pounds, just tossed him right off of him. Picks up Leon Armstrong, gives him a double throttle slam. Sid Fisher going after Leon Armstrong while Jerry Lawler got Brendan Baxter. Pile driver, and referee Bill Rush called for it. Bill Rush called for the bell in here. In 13 minutes and 8 seconds, Rush calls for the bell. Lawler raises his hand. Bill Rush says no and raises the hand of Leon Armstrong.
Okay, always have an opportunity, or happy to, when we have the opportunity to show you a little of the action and so forth around the USWA. I'll tell you another thing I think we're kind of happy about, because there's so many people that are involved in the presentation and the professionalism and all of the excitement that accompanies USWA that we never get an opportunity to talk to or even let the people know that they exist.
Well, that's true, but you know, when folks stop and think about it, I mean, you and I are not able to be everywhere in the USWA when the USWA appears, and we have some very talented folks who are able to step into the ring and also do some commentary and things like that, and we're pleased to have them aboard.
One of them that we're delighted to have, this guy I have met and really enjoyed being around him and talking to him, is very talented guy, is Dean Hill in Louisville. But Dean isn't with us today. But we do have somebody down here.
Sure do.
From Evansville. Tammy Delks, come on in here. You hop right on in between us. Tammy is the ring announcer and has been for, what, about 4 years?
4 years,
right?
Lance. Yeah.
Up in Evansville?
Yeah, I
where
don't look that up, do I?
we're on Channel 7 up there every Saturday morning.
At 11 a.m. every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Everyone out there, watch it. Come to the arenas. It's every Wednesday night at 7:30. We have great matches down there. And it's wonderful to be here in Memphis.
You know, one thing about it, too, you don't live in Evansville. You actually drive to get to the matches there, right?
Yes, I do. I live in Carmi, Illinois, which is like an hour away. But it's worth the drive. And I have enjoyed wrestling for years, and it's just great to be a part of it.
Very good. Good to have you here today.
Yeah, great to be here.
I believe she's a pretty good salesman, too, right there. Tammy, we do appreciate your effort and your work right there in Evansville. And we're going to get up there, and Dave and I are going to join you one of these particular Wednesday nights in Evansville. That music tells us we got to get out of here, huh? So, for Dave Brown, Corey Macklin, and Tammy Delks, this is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.